Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I am here to tell you about the best tours to do in Atacama, in San Pedro de Atacama, which is the base city, and all around it, which has the Atacama Desert. It's a region that's incredible. It has tours that are different from anything we had, everything in the world. There are many nice options, many beautiful options, but there are also several points to pay attention to in order to do these tours that are not so simple. So we'll give you all the tips in these videos. After watching this video, you will certainly already have a good idea of which tours will or will not do in the Atacama Desert. So stay tuned, we'll give you quick, useful, and non-binding tips. So guys, as always, don't forget to like the video because this is very important. So don't forget to give us that like, subscribe to the channel because that helps us a lot. And that's it, buckle up, let's go! Well, the Atacama region is a region that has been standing out for a long time. It's gaining more and more strength because it's an incredible scenario. You will hardly have a scenario like it anywhere else in the world. So even though it's a region that you have to be a little more willing to get to and that the access is not so easy, it's a region that's worth visiting. So make sure you plan everything well because it's worth it. It's a sensational, incredible trip, and it's not so expensive because of the currency. It's not a very expensive trip for what it offers. It's incredible, so believe me, it's totally worth it, guys. It's a beautiful place and it's not expensive at all. So now we are going to focus this video on what to do, the tours that you can do there, because there's a lot of information that you need to know. We just made a video about how to get to San Pedro de Atacama, which is the city you have to stay to do the tours there. So we explained the flights very well. You have to go to Santiago, then to Calama, take a van, go there, so you have to plan ahead. We also made a video with all the tips that's very good, with the hint about altitude, the tours adaptation, the climate, the season. There are several important things, so you can watch it all later, but this is the best one for you to understand what the tours are and what to do in Atacama. All the tours that I'm going to talk about now, they usually go out, the agencies do them, they are specialized agencies because it's very difficult to do it by yourself. You have to have a van, you have to have all the accreditation, they are very accurate with this issue of regulation there. They are very correct, so you have to do it with someone who understands and knows the region. They pick you up with the van at the hotel and take you to these tours. Some are all day and some are not. It's important, you have to know exactly which one to do because there are some that we'll mention that have a very high altitude. You cannot do this on the first day. You have to start the first day doing some tours that they call initial, so that your body gets used to the altitude, and then you do the others. A nice tip is that for you to do any of these tours, there is a very good agency that I'll leave here below in the description of the video that helped us a lot. They do all the tours, they help you with all the questions, they help you to plan this whole trip. They are very good, so check it out for sure. They are going to help you too. They are very good. The main tour, and that generally everybody chooses as an initial tour because it's good for you to start to adapt to the altitude, to the climate, is the Valle de La Luna. It got its name because in the old days they believed it was very similar to the moon, until man went to the moon and we saw that it was not so similar, but then it ended up keeping this name. It's a very beautiful region. It's kind of like a movie. There are several depressions there. There are more than 400 square kilometers in extension. It has those giant hills, those mountains, depressions, and all of this seems to have been sculpted. It forms a real desert-like scenario, you know, rocky. So it's a very beautiful formation. It's very windy. There are many salt caves, so it's a place that has different geography than anything we have ever seen in the world. So it's worthwhile to include it. It's a quick tour. It doesn't take the whole day. Now let's talk about the one that maybe is the most disputed and the most different and beautiful, is the geysers. We say geysers, there are people who say geysers. The geysers are at high altitude, you have to be well prepared. You can do it in the first days, you have to have at least 1 day of preparation in one of the initial ones. It's a very high area and it has several exits from the volcanoes, which instead of coming out lava, coming out fire, they are thermal waters, they are hot water. So you will see that there are several natural hot springs springs that are formed by this rocky area, and it's beautiful. It's super nice to end up going inside. In most of the geysers you can go inside. The agency staff advises you to bring a towel and a change of clothes. This is good because they prepare you. It's a very nice experience. On the way there, there's a town called Mashuka. It's a very small town. Then you stop in for a very desert-like village with handicrafts. So it's a very nice tour to do. This one takes almost the whole day. The village is very beautiful. You can visit, you can see the animals, and you can get comfortable. It's very desert-like, and we for sure loved it. Important thing, whoever is going to do this one of the geysers left very early, so you can't do any night tour the day before. You have to rest, sleep early, don't drink. Alcohol is very harmful, so it's a day that the day before you have to rest. And now to talk about the astronomical tour, which is the inverse. This tour happens at night. It goes until 1 or 2 in the morning when you can see the starry sky better, so you can't take the astronomical tour before the geyser. So that's why you have to have some planning to set up your itinerary to conciliate these two tours. This astronomical tour, it's amazing. It's nothing more, nothing less. They take you to a beautiful place in the Atacama Desert that you get to see the sky in a spectacular way. It's an incredible deal. I think only the pictures will be able to explain what I'm trying to say. It really looks very beautiful. And here comes another help that the agency helped us a lot. That's why it's so important. There are some days that if you go and the moon's very strong, very full, which in theory we think would be more beautiful, you won't see the stars because the moonlight illuminates the sky and makes several stars go away. The last moon there is, or no moon at all, then you have to follow the lunar calendar. They super help you to see the days. Then you get a totally dark sky. It's a crazy thing. You can see a lot of stars, and many people even say they see shooting stars, different things, so it's a very nice experience to have. Now another tour that's also high altitude, over 4,000 meters of altitude. It's Piedras Rojas, which Rojas is actually red in Spanish. It's a beautiful mountainous region which is formed by several red rocks that make the scenery incredible. And the coolest thing is that after the mountains you can see a beautiful lake called Lagunas Altiplanicas. They mirror the water with the scenery of the mountain, so it ends up forming a scenery, a beautiful contrast as well. So it's a very beautiful trip. There is both this part of the mountain and the part of the lake, which is worth spending a day there. All the tours we're talking about, we say it's worth it, but it's because they are very beautiful and very different as well. So it's up to you. You try, you choose the ones you think are the most beautiful and they are most like you. And now let's talk about another very nice tour as well, which is the route of the Salt Flats, Salaris, which is salt. So it's nothing less than a desert formed practically by salt, which makes the scenario different from all the others. It's a very cool experience, and it has lakes formed from salt, which have a lot of salt accumulated on the side. It forms more or less a crystal lagoon, even because that's what they call the crystal lagoon there, which is beautiful, with an accumulated salt edge which looks like a real crystal. So it ends up forming a very cool scenario. And there's also a very cool rocky area known as the Tara Sentinels. These are very big rock formations that also forms a very nice different scenario, which reminds us a little bit of the ones in Easter Island, you know, the moais, the big ones which are there in the Eastern Islands. Oh, and guys, any questions you have, any questions at all, you can send it to us and we'll be happy to help you. And if you want, it's even easier, add me on @PaiLorenzi, send me a direct message on the social networks that I'll help you. And take the time to follow us. We are always giving these travel tips and showing our trips in a very cool and relaxed way. And we are living in Orlando. This studio here is already in our new house here in Orlando in the United States. So we are posting hard the Disney parks, the American School of Clarinha, Laurinha, how is our life here, shopping, food. In short, the content is very nice. Follow us there, you're gonna love it. And people, for those who don't know, we are now with our new channel, the Lorenzi Family channel, here on YouTube too. It's a channel where we show more of the day-to-day life here, of us visiting the parks, going for walks with the girls, American life, us here at home, food, you name it. Several different things. It's a more relaxed channel about our lives, so take a look at it, subscribe to it, watch the videos that I think you're gonna love it too, so follow us there and subscribe. A very close tour which is 4 kilometers away from San Pedro de Atacama, where you will be staying, and which is worth visiting because it's close and it's also cheaper. It's the Valle de La Muerte. It's a photo that will be more or less your postcard of the trip. Lots of people take pictures and post them. It's a rocky lookout point in the middle of the desert, which is nothing more than taking pictures, seeing that scenery. The sunset is beautiful. If you can go at sunset time, because they have the Andes mountain range, it's a very nice scenario, and it's very quick. It's a very quick tour. You can do this one very quickly and combine it with another one during the day. And an important tip, that's why it's good to try to stay as many days as possible in San Pedro, because one day would be practically forgetting there, another day is more of adaptation, so you can take a more relaxed tour, and then the other days you see that there will be days that you will be able to do 2 tours, but there are tours that take the whole day. So the ideal is to get about 6 days to have a good time. You can do 3 heavy tours, 2 light ones, and get used to the place. So the people who sometimes take 2 or 3 days, you can even do the main ones, but it's too rushed. Your body's not used to it. You have to have the first day of preparation, of getting used to the body. So it's good to try to reserve at least 5 days in Atacama so you can enjoy, relax, and prepare your body. Now a place that has one of the most beautiful pictures of all, that's one that catches your eye, that you look at it and say, I want to go to this place. It's the Hidden Gaps of Baltinache. It is sensational. The pictures of these places are incredible. The color of the blue is such that you can't believe that you're really in the middle of the desert. It's a very beautiful region. It's a real oasis. It looks like those oases from the movies, so you have to go. If you can, go. It's not so high, of course, they are not mountains, so it's a tour of the body a little more tranquil. It's a very beautiful walk to get there. The agency takes you there calmly. It's not a complicated tour, but it's a very beautiful scenario that's worth visiting. Guys, there are many others. There are about 4 or 5 other nice tours, but we won't list everything here, otherwise the video will be too long. But we can already see that there's a lot to do, so plan your trip. It's worthwhile. It's an incredible trip. Ask for the agency's help, use them because they will give you a material with all the tours and the prices. See also, because sometimes you can do 2 instead of 1 tour. They can help you balance the more expensive tours, the more difficult ones, the cheaper, the faster. So try to research well, because there's a lot to do, but without a doubt it will be one of the best trips of your life. It was certainly one of the best ones that we have ever done before. And here below in the description of the video, I'll leave the contact details of this agency, which is incredible. They are very good. They became our partners. We are in contact with them until today, and I'll also leave the cell phone tip for you to travel and use your cell phone there at will. It helps a lot to use the internet during the whole trip in Chile. Travel insurance is very important. There's a comparator that will give you the cheapest insurance of all. We only use it. It's a site that compares the price in all insurance companies in the market, in the best ones, and find the best prices. It ends up being a very cheap way to get great travel insurance, and also the map with the best region for you to stay in San Pedro. The hotel we stayed at, it's very good in San Pedro and super well located. Anyway, it's a step-by-step guide for you to set up your trip with the sites and the places we use to set up our trip, so everything is going to be listed here in the description of the video. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel, because that helps us a lot. And be sure to watch the other videos that are very good. The one about all the Atacama tips is sensational. It's very important tips, especially about health, that you need to know before you go there. So I'll leave this video up here, which is very good, and below the playlist with all the other videos from Chile for you to watch. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much, and as always, have nice trips.